According to Statista, a consumer data website, around 150 million Americans carved a pumpkin as part of their Halloween celebrations this year. And of course, that's a lot of pumpkins. But once Halloween is over, the majority of these pumpkins are thrown into the trash. The U.S. Department of Energy says more than 1 billion pounds of pumpkins end up in landfills and will eventually decompose and then turn into methane. This is bad for the environment, as methane is a harmful greenhouse gas. So how do you work this out? What should you do with your leftover pumpkins instead? One option is to donate it to a local farm. News 19's Rachel Ripp shows us how and why some say you should.
Chickens, pigs, and goats all go for the gourd. The standard orange pumpkin, that is. And our local farms could use the former Halloween decorations.
We don't break it open until we're ready to feed it out because otherwise it will get moldy, and just like we don't want to eat things that are yucky, they shouldn't be eating that either. So we want to make sure it's as fresh as it can be. Pumpkins will last for quite a while, so if we can get them, then we can keep them in a nice place to be able to feed them out over time.
Abby Kawaki, farmer and owner of the Crazy Chick Heritage Farm in Fairfield, tells me her animals love the special treat. She says by the end of the month, she'll go through hundreds of pumpkins. Their farm has a partnership with United Methodist Church on Hardscrabble Road, but are always willing to take extra donations from the public.
To be able to work through those ones that can last for a little bit longer will help us stretch food dollars. Feed is very expensive right now, so it helps with that. Not only does it add nutrition and enrichment.
These farmers are really thankful, too, for the help.
Now, when you're feeding chickens pumpkins, you're going to want to open it up and make sure that they see the inside so that they know they can keep eating it. You can see these chickens are really going after the pumpkin seeds.
Reporting in Fairfield County, Rachel Ripp, News 19 WLTX.
Well, you can also donate whole, unpainted, uncarved, unbleached pumpkins to Doco Farm in Blythewood, GoDaddy's Farm in Elgin, or Sal's Feed and Seed in Columbia.
I am super impressed. I did not think Rachel Ripp was going to feed those chickens, and she did. I like pumpkin seeds too. All right, well, if there are no farms near you, so what do you do with your pumpkins? If you want to do something else to get rid of it, you can actually compost it, or you can donate it to community gardens or a zoo, or simply put it out in the backyard and leave it as a snack for wildlife that might love to come and enjoy the little treat. For composting, make sure that you remove all the seeds and cut off the decorative material. Like if you've painted it or put glitter on it, you want to cut that off. And then slice the pumpkin into smaller pieces, scatter and bury them into the pile. And don't worry if the pumpkin has already started getting a little moldy. Those microorganisms actually aid in the composting process. Some community gardens accept pumpkins and other food scraps to add to their compost piles as well. And if you want to create a nice snack for animals that live near you or near your home or neighborhood, small pumpkins can be placed around the yard again for raccoons or other animals to enjoy. You can also pair it if you'd like to do a little buffet for the animals, the critters in the backyard. Pair it with old fruits and vegetables. Big pumpkins can be cut up in chunks and placed in more secluded parts of the yard. It can feed butterflies and other insects that eat plant juices. And if your pumpkin still has seeds, those are a tasty treat. Like you saw, the chickens liked them, the birds, cardinals, sparrows, finches, and chickadees.
As for the Halloween candy, if you have any leftovers that you know you're not going to miss, here's some ideas. You can bring them to me. Or you can consider donating them to your local church or nonprofit. There are a number of organizations that take leftover candy and give them to deployed service members and veterans. You can also find a ton of yummy recipes to make leftover candy into a dessert.
Oh, I'm here for that.
You can bring it to work, let your co-workers have a little treat as well. And finally, if you know you're going to need candy for Christmas or other holidays, you can consider keeping it and then using it then.
It'll save you a trip to the store and later some money if you can use it as stocking stuffers. And if you're worried if the candy will expire, well, most of it should have an expiration date. But if you can't find one, here's a general guideline. The really soft candy, things like Reese's Cups and Caramels, those will last 6 to 9 months. White and milk chocolate candies are good for 8 to 10 months. Jelly beans, Jelly Bellies, those hard candies, those can last for up to 2 years. So that would be your Twizzlers, 2 years.
A year, and then your dark chocolate is good for 2 years.
How about that?